Hey guys, hope you're all having an awesome day. So we're gonna do a check-in and see what the fuck is going on with this energy. Oh no, it feels like since Lionsgate, which was on August 8th, this weird shift in transition kind of took place. There's a lot of symptoms that are like changing and a lot of things outwardly that are changing, but a lot of it doesn't really seem that way to you, if that makes sense. Like a lot of what's going on is like in illusions right now. A lot of like mirroring with people is going on right now too, to help you kind of see deeper things, to also bring to your awareness areas where maybe you didn't realize like there were things that were bothering you, or there's kind of patterns of stuff in some of your relationships that you weren't able to see before, and now you're starting to see it. I do get that some of you guys are going to be letting people go from your lives, and Spirit's saying like if they're not meant for you, like why would you want them in your life? Like if you're feeling the need to attach to somebody, a lot of times it's an attachment, which is like, what do I get from them? Like what do they give me? Or what is it, emotion am I trying to avoid or not deal with, or whatever it is. Sometimes it's like an abandonment thing, it's an inner child thing, you know, things like that. So looking at it like that, of course, you know, sometimes you miss people, but at the same point, when you're in a place of self-love, you don't want people in your life that aren't good for you, that aren't healthy for you, that don't support you and give you what you deserve. So sometimes we have to cut people out, and it is what it is. And it's not, you know, saying like that maybe if shit changes in the future you guys will have a relationship or not, but it mostly seems like not those type of relationships. Like honestly, like the energy I'm channeling, it more so seems like people that are just not good for you. They're not healthy for you. You already know that. They don't support you, they don't have your back, they're not honest with you, like they're just manipulative users, like that type of stuff. For some of you, because I'm getting from Spirit too, is like not everybody's necessarily cutting somebody out right now. You might be having some of these people come back from the past, whether it's them messaging you, trying to add you on social media, running into them, having dreams about them, like things like that. A lot of the past is kind of coming back up. And it's not because you need to readdress it. It's because you just need to keep setting your boundaries and sticking with what you know and what you want, and not going backwards to the past. Like you've already been there, you've already done that. So like, you don't need to go backwards. You already know all that stuff. Like you don't need me to tell you, like, you know, like don't go backwards. Like it's not good for you. And like, we're getting to a place of empowerment. We're getting to a place of self-love. So actually, funny enough, I'm going to bring this up. Somebody came in the store, I was talking to them for a little bit today, and had said something like, how am I feeling? Because obviously I've been feeling, you know, not the greatest. I closed the shop for a week. I just have a lot of energy stuff going on right now, and it's just been exhausting, and I felt just no energy and stuff, so I really couldn't get shit done. But anyway, she was just saying like, yeah, you seem like you've been going through it for a while. And I said, you know what, this is the thing, right? Is like, this has been like a few year fucking cycle, like where I'm purging and healing and all this shit. And I was like, you know, like I know we like to bitch and fucking complain, or we like to vent because we don't have what we want. Oh, thank you. The sun is like getting the fuck out of my face a little bit. Woo. Damn, that felt nice. Oh my God, let my eyes like readjust to the not like super bright light right now. Damn. Whew. Anyway, but like, no, things haven't been the best feeling, or what we desire, what we want hasn't come in yet, right? Like it almost feels like this waiting game. It feels like it's gonna come and then it doesn't. It's gonna come, it doesn't. It's gonna come, it doesn't, right? But look at where you are because of what you've been through. And, you know, I saw this video on my Instagram last night, and it was talking about her in relationships and how she sabotages, how she does all this stuff, and she's kind of talking about all this stuff. And when I watched it, I was so grateful, because right before that I had like a realization and stuff, but when I watched it, I was so grateful because I realized how different I am, even in the last 6 months, with my friendships, in my relationships, and how much I've healed and grown. I feel one of the things that bothers me still is I get excited about things, but I don't feel it in my body physically. I don't feel the excitement I used to feel. like, ooh, yay, like, you know, mentally, like, it's there, but like physically I don't feel it like I used to. It'd be like, oh my God, I'm so excited, and I'd feel all the good emotions from it. I can't feel them. I haven't been able to feel them for a while, and I've just felt completely disconnected a lot from my internal feelings and stuff. Not my emotions, like my actual physical feelings in my body, minus like energies and shit. So that was like one of the things for me. I was like, man, I really fucking miss that. I miss feeling that. I miss feeling that excitement. I miss, you know, going for the drives. I miss all of these things. But when I was looking back, I was like, I feel so empowered. I have fears and stuff come up, and I work through them so much fucking easier. When like trauma comes up, I handle it so much easier. Like it's so much like smoother. And like my level of trust with myself and spirit is like at the top it's ever been at. So, you know, we might not always have the end result of what we desire, but like we're growing so much in the process. And it's like, nah, I mean, like the last few years have been fucking hell. I've questioned my mental health so many times, my sanity, you know, am I fucking insane? Hi, baby. Kiss? Any kiss? No? You know, like, am I insane? Like, am I just, you know, like a fucking nutcase? Like, just so many things. It's been so heavy. It's been exhausting. It's just been a lot. There hasn't been a lot of positive outward stuff, or like a lot of like rewards, you know, I'm going to say that in quotes, rewards. But the internal stuff is so much better, is so much stronger. The awareness is better, just the trust, the intuition, just all of it is better. So when you look at it from a different perspective and you kind of see it like that, you're like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm not actually as bad like as I thought I was, or maybe it's things aren't as bad, not as bad. Things aren't as bad as I thought they were. You know what I mean? And, you know, I see all these people getting kind of what they've been asking for and things like that. And I talked about this a few months ago, and I had said, Spirit, like, why does mine never come? Like, I keep seeing all these people in their cycles or in their winning seasons, and I'm like, I'm not even having like small shit fucking happen for me. I'm like, what the fuck? And they said, because yours has a bigger purpose. That's why it's taking longer. I was like, fine. But it actually made me really appreciate it, because it made me realize that, you know, like, while I'm happy for other people and I see other people's stuff, I also realize that mine is growing at a different rate, and it does have a different purpose, and it might be a bigger purpose than what other people are having, and maybe they're needing these, you know, things to happen for them, whereas I don't need that, you know what I mean? And so like, I think that's where it's like we kind of compare ourselves to other people, or we kind of see like, we've been wanting this, why does everybody else around me seem to have it and I don't? And I think that sometimes is just something we need to heal too. I know for me, you know, like my siblings were always, oh, they're so fucking great, they're so much better than Brittany, blah, 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 like on all sides of my family. It's just always kind of been that way. So I think I've always just naturally compared myself to people in that way. And I think that's something like that's healing itself too, like as you're starting to not do that and you're saying, okay, but that's because you have like, you know, a different thing. And when I look at what I actually have, I'm like, I actually have so fucking much that it's like, yes, I want other things, but like I'm okay being patient and waiting for them. Some of them just seem like they're taking fucking forever, but I guess we're really learning some fucking true ass patience and shit. I've learned a lot in the process, honestly. I've learned so much in the process, so I'm not even gonna fucking complain about it. Like, but for the people who are in this, that like I am, where it's just feels like never ending, and it feels like what you want's never gonna come, and it just feels just like heavy, it will come for you. Like it's gonna come for you at the right time. You can't rush it, you can't force it, you know what I mean? It will all like naturally happen as it's supposed to happen, as much as we want to try to change it. Can't. So, all right, let me pull some cards. The energy is just so weird right now. It's so spacey. Like, I do not feel like myself. I tried to channel earlier into, like, where we are energy-wise, and really the only thing I kind of got is this weird-ass, like, veil energy in front of us. Almost to have you feel certain things right now, to help you with seeing things, clearing things. I almost feel like Spirit's somehow hiding something, but not in a bad way. Like something appears one way, but it's really not that way. It's supposed to be triggering something to help you heal. The other thing I meant to say, and I forgot if I said it or I started saying it, is mirroring. A lot of your relationships and things are mirroring right now. Mirroring like deeper areas like you need family, friends, and guides. Deeper areas that you need to heal, things you need to change your perspective on and see. And like when a lot of this ends right now, like some of you guys are about to walk into like the winning season where what you actually want is about to like show up for you. You just can't see it right now because you're not supposed to be seeing it. Like there's a reason you're not supposed to be seeing it. We got these cards, some of these cards last time, so let's see. Yeah, like literally, and they're coming out like different too, like different than I shuffled it. Yeah, you got playing it safe on the bottom. This was on the bottom last time, friends and colleagues. I get two different energies. I get some of you guys aren't opening yourself up to other people because there's a fear there. Like there's a fear of opening your heart up and being hurt, not being supported, not being like appreciated or seen or something like that. There's another group where it feels like you're hanging on to people who are not good for you due to like loneliness or insecurities or like abandonment wounds and fears and stuff like that. Obviously, you're going to know which group is yours. Yeah. Okay, we got, eye adjustment. Family, commitment, great achievement. That's what I'm saying. We got like very similar cards last time. Letting go, joyous, fun, increase, which we got these two last time, and we got all the top two also. So what I'm getting is some of you guys have been like really like staying on track and staying committed to healing like family trauma and family wounds. Like you've been doing like a really good job with it, and Spirit's like, you're going to be rewarded. Like this is going to pay off for you. It's not about that though. Like it's about you doing what's best for you. And that's the reason most of you are doing it anyway. But it's going to pay off in like a big way. Like what you actually want is about to fucking come in. Like it's going to be something really positive. You might not know what it is. Some of you might know what it is. Some of you might not know what it is. It might be more than one thing. Shit is driving me nuts. This lighting is like driving me insane. But yeah, it definitely feels like something really positive is coming in, at least in the near future for most of you. With the letting go, joyous, fun, and increase. Like, I'm just getting from Spirit, you gotta let go of the past. Like, you gotta let go of the past. Like, when you're a different person, the past isn't going to repeat itself because you're not going to be making the same choices you made in the past. So whatever you're holding on to, let the past go. With the joyous, fun, and increase card, it feels like, see, I'm seeing these twins too. And these like very matching energies, like matching energies and twins in this card. I've never even seen this in this card before. It's like your inner child is seeing something totally different than you guys are seeing, and it's something that's being mirrored to you. I don't think you even have awareness to this right now. It doesn't feel like you have awareness to it. It definitely feels like some of you, it's family stuff. But it's like as you're letting go of this past stuff, this mirroring stuff is coming up to kind of trigger some of the old for you to actually let it go and help you see it different. And as you're doing that, something is going to open itself to you. Some type of abundance is going to open itself to you. Whether that is, you know, good friendships with people, good relationships with people, like more fulfillment, like, you know, with your passions, like more excitement about stuff. Some of you, it's like money or careers or jobs, but it just feels like it's going to open itself up and it's not going to go away. It's not going to be, and I just saw the 373. There's definitely a lot of mirroring energy going on. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna open itself up to you and then balance out. Oh, hold on, I'm just getting really dizzy. Some of these shifts are like really fucking extra. Keep getting twin energy a lot. Like twins. Could be twin souls. It could be literal twins. Yeah, they just keep saying the word twins to me. So twins, twin souls, could be any of them. All right. definitely some of y'all are gonna have some fucking communication. We got throat chakra, but as I'm like channeling into the fucking energy, there is just going to be definitely some fucking conversations with some people. I'll read it in a second though. You got obstacles and challenges on the bottom with stand your ground. I am just getting some people in your life, and this actually feels like conversation related too, that you are going to be having some conversations with where you need to empower yourself. Anybody who you feel like, let me figure out how to say it. You can't speak openly or say how you feel. There's consequences for your actions, or there's retaliation or things like that. Spirit's saying look deeper into your relationships. Like, I don't want to say it like that. What benefit do relationships like that have in your life? Where you can't openly be yourself, you can't freely be yourself, you can't, what is that? You can't freely be yourself, you can't communicate your truth, you can't just be you. You can't do what you want. Relationships that kind of hold you back and stuff like that. What is that? Is that me? Must be something on me that's like making this reflection or something. But I definitely get like some of you guys are going to be having conversations, and nah, some of this shit's just moving. Oh, my earrings. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's like fucking distracting the shit out of me. I'm like a leprechaun. I'm like, ooh, gold. Yeah, it's my earrings reflecting. Some of you might be having old people come back, or you might be having current situations that are coming up for you to stand in your power and your truth and really communicate your feelings no matter what. And like, I don't really feel like I need to give you advice. You already know what's best for you. Yeah, you already know what's best for you. 577, then we got 13311. All right. Throat chakra, deception, and envy, choose wisely. Okay, we're doing it like this first. I definitely get a lot of you are healing your throat chakra right now in areas where you weren't standing up for yourself. This feels almost like, for some of you, this feels like some parent issues or family issues where you didn't really speak your truth in a way that was empowering to you in the past, and you're actually doing it now. Some of your family might have a problem with it. Obviously, it could be not just family too, but I'm getting a lot of family energy. Where they might have a problem with you standing up for yourself, with you speaking your truth, things like that. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it from a place of empowerment, and do it from a place of like what your needs and your feelings are, what your emotions are, things like that. Make sure you're doing it from that type of place rather than an aggressive, attacking type of place. Some of you, it feels like you might just not even need to have a conversation with somebody and just walk away. Like, I just keep getting a lot of relationships ending right now, and you might just need to walk away. You'll know if you'll know if a conversation, that's what this choose wisely card is. You'll know if there needs to be a conversation with somebody or not. Sometimes it's better to just end things with people. And I'm going to just speak from my own experience. For me, the people that it's best to just end things with are people who don't listen to you. People who are going to argue with you about your opinion, who are going to argue with you about your feelings, who aren't going to hear you, who are not going to fucking see you, who are there to try to manipulate and gaslight. Sometimes it's just better to cut those people off and just block them. That's just my personal feeling. It feels like some of you guys might have somebody coming back around or something like that, where you might end up having to set a boundary with them and really standing, in your power. As I'm saying that, some of you guys already might have awareness. You might have like a gut feeling that somebody's going to come back around that you're going to have a conversation with. And as I'm saying it, I can actually feel that happening for me too. But you've got this. Like, some of you, it's just going to be the end of a cycle. It's going to be a good process for you to be able to like really kind of like solidify things and like nail in the coffin. For people who are maybe like struggling, like, did I make the right choice cutting this person out and shit like that. We got transformation, heartache, and loss, and balance. it's like this transformation card. It's like you guys are in a massive transformation. You've already been in it. It seems like you don't even realize like how big of a transformation you're actually in. Like you don't even realize how much you've actually grown and healed, because you're focusing on like all of the stuff you don't have right now, or you're focusing on all of the grief and the sadness and the trauma and the healing, that you don't actually realize how much you've grown and how different you actually are. Like, I don't even think, because even as I'm saying it, Spirit's like, you don't either, Brittany. I'm just like, okay, like, which is fine, which is fine. I'll acknowledge that. But it's like, you don't realize how much you've actually grown. And it feels like some things are kind of coming back from the past. Like they might have been over the last few weeks, like old behaviors and old thoughts and stuff like that. But it's not because you're going backwards. It's because it's showing you how you used to be, showing you how you used to think, how you used to handle stuff, things like that. Balance is coming. They're saying balance, like we promise, like balance is coming soon. Like it's coming soon. Things will like shift and things will feel a lot easier. For the people who've been struggling for a while, things are going to feel a lot easier soon. Okay. Like they're going to balance out. There's a reason for this. They're showing me kind of like this, like not black hole energy, but kind of like this black hole energy. It's like this really like just like cleansing, purging, deep healing, just really big. And it's like it was all necessary. All this was necessary for where you're about to go, like what's coming in your life and where you're about to go. And you're going to get clarity on it soon. Like whenever it comes in for you, you're going to really actually truly understand why it all happened the way it did. And it almost feels like once this comes in, like everything you've kind of went through the last few years is going to kind of just wash and be very neutral. And you're going to start feeling like the new version of you, but like more like yourself again. And start feeling like happy about things again and feeling excited about things again. Okay, so we got family and tribe, discover your life purpose on the bottom. They only had me pull 2 cards. And we got victim consciousness, Phoenix rising. Some of you, part of your purpose is actually healing family trauma, is what they're saying. Part of you, it is actually starting a family. Some of you guys might have been getting messages or realizing like you actually want a family. Maybe you want to get married, you want kids, or whatever family maybe means to you. Maybe family means to you, you know, having a job where you're in the community supporting people, or you're doing like adoptions, or you're doing some type of career where it becomes like a family unit. For some of you, it also feels like this desire to have this family that you didn't have. And for some of you, it also feels like friends becoming family, like meeting like soul people and people who have similar experiences and like good, healthy relationships that are going to help you feel like what you actually wanted from your family that you did not get. With the victim consciousness and Phoenix rising, it feels like this back and forth kind of energy. It feels like this ego kind of trauma to this empowered person. Like I was feeling like this, or I'll get in my head a little bit, but then I empower myself through it and I work through it and I'm good. And it feels like you're teeter-tottering a little bit, but you're coming more into the Phoenix rising energy and you're like empowering yourself a lot more. So be proud of yourself. This one or this one? All right. Masculines. All right, we're going to pull Divine Masculines. Yeah, or no to this card. This is for the Divine Masculines, and then we'll pull for the Divine Feminines afterward. Okay, on the bottom, we got intuition, fears, and signs. Immediately, damn, that message was strong as fuck, is a lot of them have been getting signs. Their intuition's like super on point. It's always been on point, but they still like keep holding on to this fear. It feels like this unresolved fear, and they're scared to take a leap of faith and step forward. It's not that they don't know how they feel and they don't know what they want. They do. They're just scared to let the past go. They're scared to step into this. Some of them feels like they're scared of being this like powerful, like strong being and this like leader. And they're scared of that for some reason. We got determination, communication, spiritual direction, and happiness. Feels like a lot of them are doing some emotional work and energy work right now, and they're like trying really hard at it. It feels like maybe in the past they didn't really put as much effort in, or you didn't really see them put as much effort in, but they're really trying hard to. It feels like some of them are trying to send you like telepathic messages. You could be in a relationship with them, you could not be in a relationship with them, you know, it's to each their own. It's gonna be different for everybody. God, this sun is like all up my face right now. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, jeez. Hold on, let me duck down a little bit. Oh my God. It feels like they're not really communicating right now, or they're not really telling you what's kind of going on with them. They will. It feels like they're gonna have like a heart-to-heart conversation, and they're gonna explain like everything that's been kind of going on for a while now, things that you maybe don't have clarity on or you don't understand or something. Could have to do with them, it could have to do with the relationship, it could have to do with certain changes in their lives, but it definitely feels like there's going to be some type of conversation you're going to have with them. With the spiritual direction and happiness, it feels like they're actually like finally wanting to be free of the shit that has been holding them back. It feels like a lot of them were in this like undeserving energy where they felt, not that they were undeserving, they felt undeserving. And so they were sitting in these shitty situations, dealing with people who weren't good for them, stuff like that. But it feels like they're moving forward toward like happiness, toward wish fulfillment. And it feels like Spirit is definitely guiding them. Spirit's been guiding them along the way, but it feels like they're actually like following through and like listening now. And they're trusting in their spiritual path. Like it definitely feels like they're coming more into their like happy phase. They don't feel like in it yet, but they feel like they're working toward it. If they're needing space right now, just give them space. They might just be working through a lot of stuff, and they just need some kind of space from you and your energy while they're kind of trying to heal stuff. So let's pull the feminines. That's for the divine feminines. Oh, look at that. We got the intuitions and fears with the signs on the bottom. We got divine feminine and signs for the divine feminine. I like it. We got self-care, earth angel, intuition, and fears for the feminine. So for the feminines, what Spirit is saying is like you're coming into your true feminine power. You're coming into balancing out what it means to be a feminine, what it means to stand in your power, but being nurturing, but having your emotions and feelings and being okay with them, and really trusting in your intuition. It feels like when the signs have been coming in for you lately, there's really no energy behind it. You're really not able to kind of channel into it and know like what it's for, but you just already kind of know. Like there's no external message, there's no energy that you know that's what it's for. You can kind of just like know, like without any logical reason, whereas maybe you needed the feeling before you needed the actual specific message. No, and it feels like a lot of the feminines are getting like signs either through songs or through animals, or maybe both, like a lot of signs with them. Okay, for the feminine, we got self-care, earth angel, intuition, fears. Hold on. With the self-care and earth angel, it definitely feels like the feminines are getting a lot of incoming energy. You know, we work through feelings in our body. We work through emotions and we work through our feelings in our own body when we embrace our femininity. We all have feminine energy, but some of us are primarily feminines, or some are primarily masculines. I'm primarily feminine. So as you're getting, it feels like some of you guys are getting gift upgrades you just don't know you are right now. And you're kind of, your energies and your gifts are kind of balancing. You're needing to definitely rest more and take care of yourself. So start listening to your body more, eating what like feels right for you. If you feel like exercising, exercise. If you don't, then don't. This is not about listening to conditioning and what we should do. It's what feels right to me in this moment. And that might change from hour to hour. That might change from day to day. You know, it might change minute to minute. I know it does for me a lot. Whatever feels right for you in those moments, do that. But make sure you're really taking care of yourself mentally, physically, energetically, like all of it, whatever that means for you, because you are helping with some of this energy stuff. Like the feminine, like what Spirit's saying is like you've already like kind of worked through what the masculine's working through, and you're doing a lot of collective energy healing, and you're also helping the masculine with their energy healing at this time. So if you're getting hit with a lot of stuff right now, that's probably why. With intuition and fears, I'm about finished and the sun finally goes down. Damn. With the intuition and fears for the feminine, this actually feels different than the masculine's energy. This feels like you guys are getting hit with some collective fears, people's fears, things like that. Trust your intuition. You know what is yours and you know what is not. When fears are coming up, transmute them. That's the whole point of it. So the best way to do it is whatever naturally works for you. When I have fears come in, usually what I will do is I'm like, it depends on how it comes in, but I'm like, is this mine or is this somebody else's? And a lot of times it's not been mine lately. And I'm like, okay. And I just breathe through it and I just let it flow through my body. Like I just let it just be. And sometimes it will keep repeating itself and keep coming up, but it will go away. It feels like you might be feeling the masculine spheres too and helping transmute them. When the fear comes in, it might come in a very different way than actually is somebody's fear though. Some of it's collective shit, but sometimes it comes in a different way. Like one of the fears that they're saying like coming up is like possibly this fear of pregnancy or something like that. And so it feels like a fear of that, but the actual underlying fear is this fear of not being a great parent or not being able to actually have kids the way you want and things like that. So the way it comes through might not always be the way it actually is, the actual fear, if that makes sense. So use your intuition. Does this feel like mine? Does it not? If it feels like yours, work through it. Breathe, process it, whatever you need to do. If it is not yours, just breathe through it and just transmute it. Wow, this is some different ass energy. I'm gonna pull from Moonology, like final deck, and then we'll get a final message. Like Spirit, give us some good shit. What do we need to know? Give us some good fucking shit, please. Yeah? Is that it? On the bottom, we got full moon in Pisces, forgive with work through your feelings. Some of you need to forgive yourself. Whew, I said that, my stomach just got heavy as fuck. Some of you need to forgive yourself, and it probably would have already triggered you the second I said that because I could feel it the second I said it. For choices, we got a lot of Aries energy in this. For choices that you've made in the past, even if you've sabotaged, even if you've done things that are wrong, you said things that are wrong, pushed people away, it's okay. Like, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to forgive yourself. No matter how much you try to be perfect, you're never going to be, this ideal, perfect human being that says the right things and does the right things all the fucking time. That's just, it's impossible standards to put on yourself, and it's not realistic. And it also doesn't help you grow as a person or appreciate yourself, flaws and all. So, work on forgiving yourself. This feels like masculine and feminine. It's not just one or the other. It's knowing that you made choices that were best for you at the time. And as you're growing and healing, you're going to continue to make different choices that are best for you. And it's okay to let go of the past where you did do things that were more self-destructive or weren't the best for you. But it was all part of the purpose. Like, everything that happened was supposed to happen. Everything you've said to people was supposed to happen. Everything you've done was supposed to happen. And it's not to take, to not take accountability or responsibility. You absolutely should. But all of it had its purpose. With the Step Into Your Power, go for it. I love it because I see the solar plexus chakra card so strong, and I've actually been buying a ton of fucking Herkimers lately and like solar plexus chakra crystals. Step into your power and go for it. It feels like for some of you guys, you're working toward this right now, and that might feel why it feels like such a struggle right now, because you're in totally different territory than you have been, and you might not see it because the outside world looks one way, and it looks completely different than internally what's going on. But you are making different steps, which is changing the external. You're just not able to see it right now because you're not supposed to see it right now. That's why you're not seeing it. But you're working toward that empowerment. You're working toward that courage. So when this comes in for you, you're going to go for it. It's not even a question if you're going to take that leap of faith. You're already going to do it. It's already in there. You already know you're going to fucking do it. And it's like, you're going to be stepping in your power. And as you're really, truly stepping into your power, you're going to be magnetizing good, positive things towards you, good people, money, love, but like all kinds of fucking shit. Like just life is gonna feel so much better and different, and you're gonna appreciate though the struggles, because you're going to like appreciate when you have this solid foundation. You're gonna appreciate your self-worth that you have now. You're gonna appreciate your inner confidence. I don't know why I feel like I want to pull another card. You're gonna appreciate your the strength card and the spiritual guidance card came out. You're gonna appreciate like how different you are and how much you can handle stuff, and you're handling things in a different way from a place of self-love and empowerment. You're not handling things from trauma, conditioning. You're in healthy relationships. Like things are just going to be better for you. If you're not in that place right now, that's okay. You're not supposed to be. You'll be in there when you're supposed to. You know, everybody's in different cycles, and I know for people who are in like my cycle where we've been going through it really strong, what Spirit just showed me is that's because we have that purpose to lead people. We have that purpose to help people at a bigger level, and we have like bigger things coming in for us, whereas some people, you know, who like are getting what they want now and things like that, it's not that they don't have like a purpose too, but their purpose might not be as big as yours is. It might not be as not that theirs is any less significant, because theirs is as significant, but sometimes people just have bigger purposes because they're here to bring about bigger changes and stuff like that. And some people do it, you know, on a smaller scale, and some people do it on a bigger scale. And you might just be doing it on a bigger scale, and that's why that's going on. And that's why all of the things you're wanting, it's to help you, and your persistence is going to pay off, and you're going to show other people like, look, I went through this fucking transition for 3 or 4 years. Like I saw this vision, and like every time I had doubts, but I didn't run away, but I was patient, but I trusted it. When it finally comes in, you're going to give people that hope. You're going to give people that inspiration and help them too. So just know, like, it's not, you know, your struggles are not ignored, but you're going to feel better. I wanted to pull another card. I didn't know why, but we got the Strength card. I'm getting Divine Masculine is really starting to come into his power. It definitely feels like some inner child stuff still coming up, but it feels like he's really like starting to see the powerful being he is and come into his power, his true power and strength. And I get a lot of it is because the feminine was standing in her power and standing in her truth, and it's a natural thing. There's no conversation, it's an energy thing. Once she actually truly stands in her power, not in that bullshit, like where she's saying stuff with the, you know, wounded shield, when she's actually in her truth and doing things from a place of power and doing things from a place of self-love, it encourages the masculine energetically for him to be able to do the same. It's a very, very balanced, mirrored, energetic thing. And it feels like as a collective, we're going to be leading this huge shift. That's really a lot of what this purpose is. And it just feels like you guys are growing so much, like internal strength, like you don't even realize it. I would say look at, one of the things you can do and reflect is look at how I was in my relationships, you know, 2-3 years ago. Look at where I was a year ago. Look at where I was 6 months ago. You know, how did I handle communication back then? How did I handle if there was a problem back then? You know, was I always letting people in my life that didn't deserve it? Was I making choices that were for my highest good? You know, am I checking in with myself now more? Am I taking care of myself more? You know, how am I handling fears? How am I handling my emotions? And looking at how you're doing things. Look at even when you're taking baby steps toward like a passion of yours, and even just doing something like creating a business page or doing small little projects, like those are big things, guys. Like those always come into big things. You know, for me, it's like I started like, you know, I did my Oracle deck and stuff like that. I have a second one. I have it in my phone. It's been in there for over a year. It's just taking the steps, and at the right time, it's going to do that. Just the same thing like the podcast. I did it a few weeks ago. It's just the first step in it, and it's going to grow, and things are going to grow. You know, my business, like the shop itself, is 400 square feet. It's fairly small, but then I, because of that, have a website, plan on opening a bigger store. It's taking little steps. And I've talked about this before. I started selling crystals out of my house. I started literally bought a box of 50 amethyst, some tumbles, and that's it. And then I sold them and I was like, oh shit, let me get some more. And that's how I started. And I started selling out of my house. And then I have the, you know, the small shop, and it's just going to grow from there. So it's little baby steps, guys. It's just little baby steps that will make it just slowly grow. Every little baby step you're taking is helping it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just less overwhelming when you look at it like that. So anyway, I hope that this message helps you guys, and I'm wishing you so much love and light.